Hey everybody, Adam Savage in my cave alongside Foam Master Evil Ted. Sir,
Adam,
so good to see you.
thank you.
Okay. He said, I'm going to bring a suit of armor. I'm going to show it to you. I did not expect this insane level of detail. Tell me, okay, where does this suit start? What is this from?
It's called a Pinterest rabbit hole.
Okay.
I got on Pinterest, and it was an image of my helmet that stood out to me. And the irony of it all is that I went back to look at it was this helmet.
This helmet. So is this from a video game or something? Or
this was a Pinterest drawing of something. And it was ram horns and a helmet.
Yeah,
I liked the way the ram horns were positioned. I thought just kind of like the way they're more decorative and less fighty. This is more decorative. I'm like, that's so cool.
Yeah.
And so I said, I'll make patterns for that. So I made the patterns, which are available on eviltedsmith.com.
We'll include a link in the description.
These ram horns, and then I wanted to make a helmet, so I started making it, and I went backwards. Like I made the helmet first, like with all the detail, everything. I thought, I need a suit of armor to go with it. And
so you got this to a point where it was, how do I say this? It was, you were done with it, but it wasn't done with you.
Exactly. So I thought, this is so cool. And I thought, so I started and then Blizzcon was coming up. It was 2017, Blizzcon. I thought, I'm gonna make that. So I started building really fast. I'm wow people at BlizzCon. So I started building this thing and adding detail.
And you're building and designing at the same time.
Yeah, I kind of had an idea what I wanted. And then it went to the chest. And then you know what happens? You want to show you what the last thing I made is these slippers. Like, look at all this, and then look at these shoes.
I love the Sabatons. That's great.
But when you look at everything and you look at the shoes, it's like this was my patient level. So by the time I'm like, they're done. They're done.
Ted, I will tell you, I don't think that the quote unquote lower quality of these is scanning with our audience as much as it does with you. I'm just really blown away that you this is all your own reference of like how this. I know it's going to be very tight.
It was a bad idea, and I should have made them open. So what ended up happening was I made them, and so I was like, this is good. And when I had the clothing, the fabric on, I couldn't get anything through.
Yeah,
I literally had to get a piece of PVC pipe, wrap 80 grit sandpaper on it, and go. But I had to do it evenly because I didn't want to break through the surface. So I got it just enough where I could get my hands through. But
and the other thing is within armor, that kind of swoopiness is a very rare gesture, and it matters because it really sells.
It does. It makes it look kind of
the physical form.
And in reality, it probably would have full or collapse.
Also, I really dig these big elbow horns.
Thank you. Yeah, it was just all about profile. So I had the giant horns. I wanted these elbows jetting out, and I had the spiky shoulders, and it was crazy.
Did you have an armor stand this was going on as you were putting it together, so you could see these pieces?
I had a mannequin form. I would drape them on.
And you're constantly putting them on.
Yeah, and those hands are new.
Can I put this on?
Yes, you can.
Oh, dude. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. This is great. Does anyone want a back scratch? Or you want me to pick your nose? Hey, this is 2 mil?
Yeah, that's 2 mil. Again,
you get so much mileage out of that 2 mil foam.
I love it. Look at the structural when you wrap it, how it gets really strong and tight. So you hand me the helmet.
Oh yeah. I love this very samurai mask look.
Right, and and then this was just a Halloween mask I bought, and it stuck foam on it. And the trick is when you put this on, you bring it down low enough to where you get in the shadows. And
and it's just the evil eyes.
Yeah, you see the evil eyes. And the mesh covers my eyes, so you don't actually see it. So,
Ted, I also, again, given the mileage out of the 2 mil foam, these steel spike tips on the horns, which are just that 2 mil foam.
2 mil foam. Wrap them. It's just that little extra lip. Oh no! Yeah. By the way, really quickly. All these spikes, everything comes off.
For shipping, for moving.
Yeah, and the horns come off, they're all magnets. You gotta love magnets, people. Guys, get into magnets. If you're a little intimidated, this is a big saver, but I recommend when you glue your magnets, use E6000 or Goop glue.
Not CA glue.
No, because what happens with CA glue, it's too crispy, and the shock of them snapping back and forth, they come loose. You rough up the magnet, put a little goop, throw some tape over it, give it 8 hours.
Let it really set.
And that magnet's never coming out ever again.
I have to say, I'm expecting that your ability to think through how to get there with the costume is born from your production experience.
Ready for this? Unfortunately, no. In production, we build it, we build a big ass box and just ship it to them. When I was doing cosplay, I was thinking like production, and I built it. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm the guy that has to ship it.
You have to wrangle.
Yeah, I don't have to ship it to the shipping department. I have to deal with it. So what ended up happening was, I'd make stuff and I couldn't go anywhere with it because it was too big. I made Vampire Hunter D.
Oh, right.
And he has the giant hat, giant sword, and I realized I can't go anywhere with it.
Dude, this is none of this weighs more than ounces.
Right, and that's the illusion. And then you go like this, and you kind of drop. Yeah, just kind of give you an idea.
Wow. I also love the fur sticking out.
Yeah, the fur.
That's a great detail, and I don't know I've seen it on armor.
And the king is, when you watch, like, it kind of turned me on to, the
Warcraft.
Warcraft.
Yeah.
They had these guys in armor, and they had a lot of fur sticking out, like, like animal fur underneath their armor.
Yeah.
So I wanted to create the illusion that I have fur underneath my armor to pad it. So I just got fur and just run it on the edges.
You chose really, really great fur. This is leg. Leg greave. Okay.
Yeah, and this is another thing I learned. I made them symmetrical, so there's no right and left. Oh. Don't do that. Because it just when you put them on, they become like, they don't fall. They're gradual. Like when I was looking at your Terry English armor, your Shin armor from the Colonial Marines, each one's different. They're tailored. It fits better, it looks better. So I got lazy again. I was rushing to get it done. So I made one pattern. Now that's good enough, so I made two. So again, guys, just make a right and a left.
Terry told me that the two hardest pieces of armor to make are a shin, because of the sides on the ankle, and a helmet. Those are the two most difficult.
I agree.
I'm noticing this is almost like a horse. Like that's his eyes, and that's his
holy
unicorn
cow.
head. And so like there's like a kind of a puppet character going on there.
I didn't see it until now. That's fantastic.
And then these are upper thighs.
Right.
We've got the
that's the button cut piece.
The tassets.
Right, and there's that, and there's a little front one too. But also this was
right, the weapon.
The weapon.
Oh, dude. And this is your 10 mil foam. Oh
yeah, no, it's you're right. This is 10, and I beveled it. It's got a fiberglass rod.
I was going to say it's got a rod on there.
And that was when I got really kind of gradual, because I created these things called, I call them sanding sticks.
Yeah.
Because the bevel, I wanted the bevel to be crisper, so it was grindy, but you're getting those weird groove marks.
Yes.
So I took paint stir sticks, and I had different grades of foam, and I would just put it on the edge of a table and go back and forth, and I'd get it down to like 220, and I hit it with a heat gun, and boom. That's how I got the edge. Because I wanted it to look really sharp.
Yeah.
Even though it's foam, you want to get that crisp edge to it.
No, I fully feel you. I don't feel like a lot of cosplay blades are one of those
They're
places
big and
I
chunky.
Want more.
Right. Get it sharp, naper. Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. Look at that.
Okay, so how many times have you worn this to a con?
Oh my God. I'm going on. I wore it. 4 times. The last time I went to was Monster Palooza. It's a monster convention.
Yeah.
I thought, what a great place to rock, and people loved it. It was great. I got stopped a lot. So.
They recognize, I would imagine, the fandoms there understand that this is something unique.
Yes, and I have a couple of people yell "Evil Ted" out, like "Evil Ted."
Oh!
So it was great that I was recognized.
You've built a rep.
Yes.
Ted, holy cow, what you can do. We are so lucky to know some wonderful foam people like Bill Duran and Beverly down in.
Oh God, love Beverly.
And every time they come, they bring a range of things that surprised me. But this is the thing that's so remarkable about the foam is that you bring like the same depth of expertise and completely different executions.
Right. We all have our different techniques, and that's what I love about it. The valuable lesson I learned in this costume was I was rushing to get it done, and when I love building.
Yeah.
I love building. I hate painting. Sorry. Sorry to be the one to tell you this. I love building, this aspect of building, gluing the 2mm, and when you get it all, that's my victory.
Yeah.
Like that helmet, when I was back, I was like, ta-da, it's done. And then, oh no, wait, I got to paint it.
The painting's my favorite part.
And we'll talk. So what ended up happening is I built this, I got it all done, and then I started painting, and I realized I got weeks away from this convention, and I had all this gold, it all had to be hand painted. So I had to paint it, and I'm sitting there with a brush and Tamaya gold leaf going through it, and the gold was all done, but it was really bright. I had to go back and age it, but I had to age it with oil, but I couldn't do it quickly. I had to do it nicely, and I'm like, and it was taking forever. ever. I didn't compensate for painting. So when you're kids, plan ahead. Don't think you're going to get your deadline because painting takes longer than you think.
I'm curious for a guidepost here.
Yeah.
What was the most difficult engineering challenge of this suit? Was there a join between two surfaces that was difficult to pattern out?
Yeah, you know what's funny was where I liked it was the butt flap thing. I wanted the.
You wanted it to curl in a little bit.
Yeah, and to this day, I'm not really happy with it. It's like I mean, there's a front piece, and I think it'd be cool if it was a little more like several plates, but
Right.
I like it. It was like
twice as many plates but smaller.
Yeah.
Thinner?
Again, I was the cons are on the corner. 3's good. That's good. 3's enough.
This is what I love about a deadline: is it knocks branches
it
off
does,
your
it
off
does.
your decision tree.
Again, but everybody, all this gold trim, it's all 2 mil. People do not underestimate 2 millimeter foam.
So inspiring. And maybe you don't like painting, but you are excellent.
You know,
at it,
I'm
dude.
good. I'm good at faking it. I've learned techniques to paint quickly, and you guys can learn more about that when you watch my videos.
We'll include a link in the description.
And that's where I kind of just learned how to hack. I would do base coats. All the base colors are Rust-Oleum 2X. It's Rust-Oleum
Nice.
2X, and then this was black. This is Rust-Oleum 2X. It was painted, and then when it would dry, I would do a wash, and then with acrylic, and then when it would dry, I would take a paper towel with some denatured alcohol.
Yep.
And I would just and then wipe all the highlights, and I had to do all that first before I painted the gold.
Of course.
And then and so on. So that's
I love adding barrier coats so that I can use ISO to pull my acrylics down in layers. Ted,
Excellent.
just totally amazing. And again, links to patterns, Ted's build videos, and instructions in the comments. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Dude,
thank you.
always inspiring.
It's a blast.
Just amazing.